The end of the world was the easy part, but surviving afterwards isn't.
But is this a survival story worth telling twice? Let's get into Greenland 2, Migration. If you're new here, I'm Cody.
I'm Holly.
If you're not new, welcome back. We review new releases so you don't waste your time or money, and by the end of this video, you'll know whether this one's worth watching in theaters or not even worth streaming.
Stay till the end for our recommendation and comment section.
What's this movie about? 5 years after a comet wiped out civilization, a family is forced from their underground bunker and must risk everything on a dangerous journey across the world toward a rumored promise of a new beginning. Release date is January 6th, 2026, stars Gerard Butler, Marina Baccarin, and Roman Griffin Davis. The runtime is 98 minutes. Story and pacing. The story was extremely easy to follow. It couldn't have been simpler. It kept my interest most of the film, but there were some slow parts where you could tell they were trying for some character development and they fell short.
Yeah, those times got pretty boring to the point to where I was kind of like nodding off a little bit, to be honest with you.
I literally was looking at my daughter going,
yeah.
Characters and performance. I'm not sure anyone other than Gerard Butler's character was believable. Nobody really got developed at all. His wife, played by Marina Baccarin, was just awful. I mean, she's in all the Deadpool movies, but that doesn't make her great. She just wasn't great for this role. I don't know.
I found her character, in my opinion, to be quite lacking and very boring.
You said she was annoying.
She really was. I did not like her character in this specific film. And the son also, I found him to be also quite annoying and to be a baby.
They went with a different actor too.
Yeah, I just wanted him to, it's the end of times on this, okay guys? And he is just annoying.
I mean, it's not just like, okay, the world fell apart, now we have to rebuild. I mean, it's constantly the end of times. I mean, they're having terrible storms, terrible earthquakes, radiation.
And if you're going to see this film, you've seen the first one, so you know how young he was in the first one, and by this time he's a teenager, so he grew up with this, okay guys? So by this time you'd think that he grew a backbone. He would be the
most hardened.
Yeah, and he's a little baby.
Not a single performance was memorable in this film. Like she was saying, mid-gun attack, they stopped to have a moment and hug it out without assessing the situation. They get attacked, and then stuff happens, and then he kind of like crawls out of the back seat and hugs his dad, and they just have like this embrace, and it's just like, look out, there could be more of them, but they don't even stop and look and, okay, lie low, let's stay low, let's see if there's anybody else.
Realistically, you would look around, see if there's other guys that are going to shoot at you or try to grab you or whatever, or you'd get the hell out of there, but you wouldn't stop and hug each other. Like, get over it. Like, that part really pissed me off.
You good?
The movie just isn't realistic, in my opinion. It was just stupid.
How do you really feel?
The whole movie just irritated me.
Visuals. When they get to France, it's beautiful, but they never are actually in France. The movie is shot in the UK and in
Iceland.
Iceland,
you can tell which part is Iceland, and it's absolutely beautiful.
So gorgeous. We should go there.
It's gorgeous, yeah.
The graphics aren't going to be winning any awards. I'm not being a jerk here. I have seen identical graphics on a smartphone.
And that part also ticks me off. I looked at him and parts where they're like almost...
Oh my gosh. So there's this scene, this is what she's talking about. There's this scene where these... Are they asteroids? Meteors? There's something like a ton of them falling from the sky. They know what's going on because they've experienced. We have no idea what's going on. And they're like, hold on to something! And a ton of wind comes with whatever is falling out of the sky. So they hold on to these trees, and you just see the trees moving like this. And then there's stuff in the street, debris and stuff, nothing's moving. There's a guy standing out near the truck. He's just like walking. He's fine. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Sound and music, intense music. It really intensified some scenes, but it was mostly drowned out by the sounds of the film because you do have these heavy cracks from the rocks and meteors falling out of skies. So it kind of took away because, I mean, obviously you'd be like, well, is the music drowning out the sound? Is the sound drowning out the music? I don't know how they really wanted to work with that. One guy edited this whole film, so I mean, kudos to him for taking on that project. But themes and message, the film's message is I think staying alive is easy compared to choosing hope, movement, and promise in a broken world. Surviving means risking the only safety you have to build something better. I mean, that's the whole point of this movie. Emotional reactions, emotions we experienced were hope, tension, shock, and sadness.
I didn't really have too much sadness, to be honest with you.
I didn't either, but that's what you would experience. I asked the guy, I said, how'd you like the movie? He said it was really good. He was very young. He said, oh, but it was sad. And I was like, was it?
I think that if you go and see this movie, you'll understand maybe where some of these people felt sad. Honestly, I could care less about any of these characters.
There's no development. You don't get attached to any of them.
Anything that's coming to them, they get. It's a stupid movie.
They don't necessarily deserve, but whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. The tension part, I did feel some tension in some of the areas.
There's quite a bit.
But other than that...
Direction and writing. The storytelling was pretty predictable with some creative elements throughout, but it's a pretty simple story. Current place bad. Get to southern France where the original crater hit because there's a theory that life is thriving there. As far as standout scenes, there's pretty few tense ones, but there isn't anything in the film that you're going to remember.
And there's parts where, like, you're left with, like, questions. Like, one, why is just that one area thriving, nowhere else? Also,
they explain that, but it still doesn't make sense. And even when they get to one area with the older lady that they meet, she even questions everything about that theory.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Also, their son, even from the very first movie, supposedly has some medication he's supposed to bring. I also don't quite understand a bunch of that. It's left question, like, stuff in the air. There's just, like, a bunch of stuff that they don't... It's
5 years later. Who's manufacturing his medication?
Yeah, it's just like there's a bunch of like holes in the stories. The whole movie just doesn't make sense. The first one's really good. The second one just should not have been made.
His medication made sense in the first one because they needed to go back and it added some intensity because, like, oh no, we have to rush and get his medication or he'll die. But you could have written that whole thing out of the story. It wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
Come up with a different reason to add some intensity. It was originally scheduled to be released in March. I think January was more fitting for this film. It had sort of a Geostorm movie feel to it. I mean, it was lame. Overall impact, one thing it did really well was give you multiple intense moments. One thing it could have done better was it never fully slows down long enough to let emotional weight of the survival land with the characters. Movies I would compare it to would be 2009's The Road, about a father and son who trek across a devastated America struggling to survive amid the remnants of civilization. It's got very similar DNA to Greenland too. And 2006's Children of Men, about a near-future society on the brink of collapse after 18 years of infertility. It shares the same keep going even when it feels pointless philosophy. Final thoughts. Favorite element, it has a tense moment pretty early on in the film. That was nice. You become fully immersed pretty quickly. It keeps you hooked. So that was nice. Least favorite moment, just for me, in the beginning, their bunker is ran by the U.S. Air Force, and they have American flags hung up in the bunker, and they're hung incorrectly. So that annoyed me. Recommendation.
Again, if you're new here, we either say see in theaters, rent it when it becomes available, or see it on one of your platforms, like streaming it on one of your platforms when it becomes available then. But with this movie, I'm going to recommend either stream it on one of your platforms or just not at all. It's just not very good, in my opinion. The first one is very good. Second one, not so much. The only good element, in my opinion, is some of those intense moments. Other than that, not good.
I mean, the story doesn't need to be told.
No.
But it does complete the Greenland story.
Or it just doesn't. The first one could have been the only one in the entire thing. The second one could have just been not made at all. It was dumb, boring.
Yes.
Yes. Now for our comment section. Would you like to ask the question?
Yes. What's your favorite post-apocalyptic film? Holly?
Mine is Love and Monsters. If you've never heard of that, I highly recommend you guys looking it up. It was different from the typical post-apocalyptic films out there. It doesn't have like any of like the zombies, vampires, or anything like that. Like the film says, it has monsters in it. It's actually really, really neat and different. What about you?
Mine is I Am Legend. I read the book from 1954, which is one of the few non-autobiographies that I've read. I like the films where you can see cities trees and there's only a few people in it and they get to explore it. That's nice. Doesn't hurt if it has a dog. Does hurt if the dog dies. R.I.P. Samantha.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming to see us on our awesome couch here. And don't forget, you guys matter to us very, very much.
If you want more reviews like this, we post multiple times a week on this channel.
Often, guys. Often.
Bye.
Bye, guys.